proudly sponsored by Sisters for Prevention. This is my 4th week posting quizzes. I've had some really good feedback from all of you out there saying you're enjoying the quizzes. I'd like to keep them going. For me to be able to do that on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It's free. I know the word subscribe sounds like there's a little hidden cost there. I assure you it's free. Also, you can like my channel, which also brings more attention to it. And I thank you for joining me. Each week, my quizzes will provide a live commentary. My foundation, Sisters for Prevention, is a foundation to support researchers that are doing essential research to stop this disease before it starts, which is called primary prevention. Here's my website. For more information, you can go check it out. If you know someone that is in the process of going through breast cancer treatment, it's got a lot of great tips on there. It talks about what we're doing in Washington by lobbying Congress, try to get more funding to stop this disease. And the reason we're doing this is that right now the focus is not on primary prevention, which means get the disease before it starts. It's on treatment. So we're trying to get money for both. If you'd like to make a donation, this goes 100% to researchers at the Cleveland Clinic who are doing this essential research. We don't take a penny. They don't take a penny. It's at the Lerner Research Institute, and 100% goes to fund researchers doing this essential work. And again, here's my website, www.sistersforprevention.com. Please check it out. And thank you for joining us. So, how do you play? Well, you gather your friends either in person, although it's getting really sticky right now with the COVID, but you can also join your friends by Zoom by setting up a weekly time. And the game has 4 rounds with 5 questions in each round. In each round, you can assign the point values of 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 once during that round. For example, I would assign 10 points to the question I was the most sure of, 8 points to the next, and 2 points to the one I'm most unsure of. At the end of the 4 rounds, you'll be given an option to wager 1 to 25 points for the bonus question. If you post your quiz scores in the comments, you'll be able to see how everyone else is doing and how much you should wager. If you're playing against teams yourself, that's a pretty easy thing to share. But if you're not, then you can actually, what we do is we play against ourselves every week and see how we're doing. And again, if you don't answer the bonus question at all, decide you're going to take a pass, you'll automatically get it wrong for 1 point. So our goal here is to provide you with a little entertainment in these challenging times, to have fun, and maybe even get smart while we're at it. Okay, so round number 1. The day the music died. Very sad day from music. And I think all of you probably know what happened there, but we'll be talking about that. So, how long was Buddy Holly's career when it was tragically cut short? Was it 2 years, 1.5 years, 3 years, or 2.5 years? How long was Buddy Holly's career when it was tragically cut short? Was it 2 years, 1.5 years, 3 years, or 2.5 years? If you need more time anytime during the quiz, obviously you could always pause. Number 2, what was the Big Bopper's real name? Was it Giles Perry Richardson Sr.? That's a mouthful. Was it Charles Hardin Holly? Was it J. Perry Richardson? Or was it Giles Perry Richardson Jr.? Another mouthful. The Big Bopper. Come on, let's twist again. Okay, number 3. Who made the first rock and roll music video? Was it Buddy Holly in 1957? Was it Ricky Nelson in 1961? Was it the Big Bopper himself in 1958? Or was it Elvis in 1956? Who made the first rock and roll music video? If you're playing in your home, it might be fun to project this on your television if you have that capability, and it's sort of like your own little pub. Okay, the next one. What was on the flip side of La Bamba? Was it Come On, Let's Go? Oh, Donna, Little Girl, or Baby Blues? What was on the flip side of La Bamba? Imagine how many more songs he could have written had that tragedy not happened. What was the name of the tour that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper were on? Was it the Winter Tour, the Winter Dance Party, the Midwest Party Tour, or the Winter Dance Tour? What was the name of the tour that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper were on when they took that ill-fated plane ride? Okay, our first break. So we're going to have a 1-minute break. I'm going to play some soft music, and you're going to now talk to your team members and make your final answers for the 5 questions. And then you're going to assign the point value to them, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And good luck, and you'll have a timer to know when it's going to be, our break will be over. And here we go. Up again. You can pause it if you want to have more time. So now on to our answers. So how long was Buddy Holly's career when it was tragically cut short? These were your choices. And the correct answer was 1.5 years. Very, very sad day for music. That's why they call it the day the music died. Very, very sad. 3 incredible entertainers. What was the Big Bopper's real name? These were your choices. Some were quite a mouthful. And the answer was Giles Perry Richardson Jr. You can see why Big Bopper is a much more effective name for him with that long of a name. Who made the first rock and roll music video? Buddy Holly, Ricky Nelson, the Big Bopper, or Elvis? And the correct answer was the Big Bopper. What was on the flip side of La Bamba? Come On, Let's Go, Oh, Donna, Little Girl, or Baby Blues? And the correct answer was Oh, Donna. 2 wonderful songs. And what was the name of the tour that Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper were on? These were your choices. And the correct answer is the Winter Dance Tour. Okay, on to round 2. People, places, and policies. FDR's New Deal created all but the following: Social Security Administration, Civilian Conservation Corps, Farm Security Administration, or the Economic History Association. FDR's New Deal created all but the following: Social Security, civilian, farm security, or economic history. Who was the first Roman Catholic to be Vice President of the United States of America? Who was the first Roman Catholic to be Vice President of the United States of America? What two U.S. cities have the same name, are the largest cities in their states, but are not state capitals? What two U.S. cities have the same name, are the largest cities in their states, but are not state capitals? Taylor Swift grew up on what type of farm? Taylor Swift grew up on what type of farm? What famous baseball player served as a flight instructor in World War II and a combat pilot in Korea, totaling 5 years of active military service? What famous baseball player served as a flight instructor in World War II and a combat pilot in Korea, totaling 5 years of active military service? And we are at the discussion time. You're going to pause to assign your points and finalize your answers. Give it the value 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And we'll give you a 1-minute timer. You can pause it if you need more time. And play you some very soft music. Here we go. Now for your answers for round 2. FDR's New Deal created all but the following. Refresh your memory of the answers possible. And the correct answer was the Economic History Association. He did create all the others, the Social Security, the Civilian Conservation Corps, and the Farm Security, but he did not have in his New Deal economic history. Who was the first Roman Catholic to be Vice President of the United States of America? It's our present Democratic nominee, actually I'm taping this on the Saturday before the 2020 election. And our Vice President under Barack Obama was Joe Biden. Joe Biden, the first Roman Catholic. What two cities have the same name, are the largest cities in their states, but are not state capitals? That would be Portland, Oregon, and Portland, Maine. Portland, Oregon, and Portland, Maine. And Taylor Swift grew up on what type of farm? A Christmas tree farm. Sounds like a good place to grow up to inspire you to write some songs. Of course, now she's so worth so much money, parents probably don't have to work. And What famous baseball player served as a flight instructor in World War II, a combat pilot in Korea, totaling 5 years of active military service? And that is Mr. Ted Williams. Ted Williams. So here we are at halftime. So you're going to total up your scores. You can report them to if you're playing against another team. You can post them, please, as a comment on my YouTube channel so we can see how you're doing. Might be fun for us to follow you week to week. And otherwise, refresh your drink, have a stretch, go to the bathroom, or if you're in England, go to the loo. And here's your halftime break. Round 3. Fact or fib? You got a 50-50 chance of getting this right. Fact or fib? Otherwise known as true and false, but I like the sound of fact or fib better. So, you are born with all the neurons that you'll ever have. Is that fact or is it a fib? You are born with all the neurons you will ever have. In a room of 23 people, there's a better than 50% chance that 2 of you will have the same birthday. In a room of 23 people, there's a better than 50% chance that 2 of you will have the same birthday. Is that a fact or is it a fib? A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. To refresh your 5th grade science, because that's what I taught. So a day is how long it takes the planet to spin on its axis, and the year is the time it takes to revolve around the sun. So a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Is that a fact or is it a fib? Chameleons change colors to camouflage themselves. Is that a fact or is it a fib? Chameleons change colors to camouflage themselves. Camels store water in their humps. Camels store water in their humps. Is that a fact or is it a fib? Okay, break time. You're going to pause to assign your points and finalize your team answers. You'll have 1 minute. Pause the quiz if you need more time. And good luck. Here we go again with the break. seconds. Here we go. And your answers for round 3. You are born with all the neurons you will ever have. And the answer is, that is a fib. You can get more as you get older. That's why we get older but wiser. Okay, in a room of 23 people, there's a better than 50% chance that 2 people in that room will have the same birthday. Was that a fact or a fib? And that was indeed a fact. Statistical fact. Interesting. A day on Venus is longer than a year. It takes longer for it to spin on its axis than to revolve around the sun. That is actually a fact. It's actually a fact. Wouldn't want to live there. Be pretty... Okay. Chameleons change colors to camouflage themselves. Is that a fact or a fib? It's actually a very popular myth, which is really a fib. They actually change colors to attract other chameleons or to adjust their body temperatures. The different colors help them adjust their body temperature. And camels store water in their humps, another popular myth. Is that actually a fact or a fib? It is a fib. Now we're on to the final round, round 4. And this category is general knowledge. How you doing out there so far? It's fun to watch how your own scores can change from week to week. What 2 letters don't appear on the telephone dial? What 2 letters don't appear on the telephone dial? Does a merry-go-round turn clockwise or counterclockwise? Now be careful. This is not a carousel. Look at the picture. This is a merry-go-round. Does the merry-go-round turn clockwise or counterclockwise? In a remote area of Colombia, kids have to travel to school on a zip line. Is that true or is it false? In a remote area of Colombia, kids have to travel to school on a zip line. True or false? If the sides of a triangle have lengths of 3, 4, 5, what kind of triangle is it? Is it a right triangle, an acute triangle, an obtuse triangle, or none of the above? If the sides of a triangle have lengths of 3, 4, and 5, what kind of triangle is it? Is it right? Is it acute? Is it obtuse? Or is it none of the above? What are atoms made of? What are atoms made of? Protons, electrons, neutrons, or all of the above? What are atoms made of? Protons, electrons, neutrons, or all of the above? Here we go with the break again. It's our final round, so try to get as many points as you can. Assign your points and your final answers, and here goes your break. 10 seconds. All right, our final answers in round 4. What 2 letters do not appear on the telephone dial? And the correct answer was Q and Z. Q and Z. Does a merry-go-round turn clockwise or counterclockwise? I told you not to get this confused with the carousel with the horses on it. It's counterclockwise. In a remote area of Colombia, kids have to travel to school on a zip line. Was that true or was it false? It was indeed true. Sounds not highly likely, but it's very, very likely the way that the rainforest area is. Sounds like fun. If sides of a triangle have lengths of 3, 4, and 5, what kind of triangle is this? These were your choices. And the correct answer was right triangle. From the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared in the ratio of 3, 4, 5. It's a right triangle. What are atoms made of? These were your choices. And the correct answer was all of the above. The protons are the positive charged, electrons negative charge, and the neutrons are in the nucleus and they have no charge. All right, how did you do? Now it's time to tally up your total team score and decide on a wager. So you would wager 1 to 25 points. You will write that down now and put a circle around it. And I'm going to tell you, so you can help make your decision, that our category is fast food. I'm going to give you some time to think about this and adjust your wager if you would like to. And so we go to one more final break. Question of the night is, how many calories are in a Big Mac meal with small fries and a small Coca-Cola? How many calories do you think are in a Big Mac meal with small fries and a small Coca-Cola? Pause it if you need to. And the answer is 902 calories. Keep in mind, the average recommended calories for women are 2,000 max. And men, I'm not exactly sure, but that's a lot of calories for one meal. So, okay, so we come to the end of our quiz. Again, please, I ask you to subscribe and like my channel so I can let more people know. I can move myself up on the search bar and let more people know about our quizzes. I will post new quizzes every Friday or Saturday if you're looking forward to having some friends over or to do some Zoom quizzes. And I would like to leave you with these thoughts. Please visit our websites. And again, thank you for spending your time with us at Fitzy Pub Trivia. Have a good week, guys.